As an awkward human being, I had always thought that giving presentations in front of class would end after high school. Well, let me tell you something. I was terribly mistaken. That's right. Turns out, no matter which career path you choose to follow after high school, you will still be required to give presentations. Some of which will be in front of a much larger audience than in high school. Is this really, necessary? And turns out, it is necessary. And as such, I ended up taking a public speaking course in college. Within the first week of class, we were assigned to do a helpful presentation. And I was like, yes, come on, I can totally do this. Oh no, you socially awkward, nervous wreck. You totally don't got this. So the day of presentation rolls around, and I somehow manage to stammer my way through a helpful presentation on how to change your computer password if you ever forget it. But here's the thing. After my presentation was over, unlike with all the other students, my professor decided to make a remark that spun my helpful presentation in a negative way. That was a little bit too hard for me to follow. There was too much hacking going on. What? Wait, how does hacking supposed to be related to changing your computer password? That doesn't make sense. And it's viewed negatively in our society. What is it? Okay. I just assumed that the professor might have been one of those people that had trouble with technology, so I decided not to let his comment bother me. The second speech we had to do was an argument speech. We were paired off in groups and we had to choose a topic to talk about. Me and my partner chose to talk about vehicles. He would argue in his speech why cars are better than motorcycles. Meanwhile, I would argue why motorcycles are better than cars. My partner gave his presentation first while I had to wait outside the classroom. Then we switched places and it was my turn to present. And because I was so nervous, sometime during my presentation I said something along the lines of, motorcycles are better than cars because they can make for a really great escape vehicle. And after my presentation was over, my professor said, "Oh boy, first you did a presentation on hacking, now you're doing a presentation on a getaway vehicle? Seems suspicious. What are you planning?" Nothing? Why would he say that? They're completely unrelated topics, and I worked so hard on this presentation. Is he making fun of me? Maybe I should just drop this course and take it with a different professor? You know what? I think I got a better idea. It was not a better idea. It was the worst thing I could do in that situation. So the third and final speech rolls around, and it's a speech to convince. Everybody else's speeches were pretty normal, convincing the class why they should probably change their car oil more often, or why they need water to survive, or why dub is better than sub. And then it was my turn to present. Let's just say that by the end of it, nobody had any questions. And just like that, you too can also get rid of a dead body without leaving any evidence behind. And that's my presentation. Throughout the presentation, I was staring at the professor the whole time, and after the presentation was over, I gave him a little grin like, "Are you smelling what I'm cooking? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Say something about this. I dare you." It's safe to say that before giving this presentation, I didn't even think of the repercussion this would have on my reputation in the classroom. How do I know, you may ask? Well, it's simple. Our last assignment in the class was a group assignment. We were given a scenario where we, a group of astronauts, have crash landed on the moon. Most of the supplies we need to survive are floating around our crash site, just out of our reach. And between the four of us in my group, we had to decide who would get the rope, the flare gun, and the grappling hook. John decided to take the rope. Brad decided to take the grappling hook. And I decided to take the flare gun. Becky, the fourth person in our group, didn't like that. And she was all like, "Hey, Brad, can you
take the flare gun from Al and I'll take your grappling hook. I don't trust Al with any of her supplies, especially after that speech he gave.
And I was all like, hey, Becky.
Yeah?
And then I lean in and whisper, no one can hear you scream in space. Psych, I didn't do that. I was actually so socially awkward that I didn't know what to say in that situation. No, what I did was something probably much worse. I laughed, and not the normal kind of laugh, no. This was a closed mouth laugh, and my body was just shaking up and down as I laughed. What made this even worse is that I maintained eye contact and a smile while I did this. No, why am I like this? So, yeah, I'm not very good at public speaking whatsoever, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay freaky deaky.
No, wait, subscribe.